Yo guys, what's up? I'm Justin. That's Tim for MLB Baseball Blogs. Guys, we are back making videos. This is actually the first time in a long time since we're making a video together. Tim's computer was having some troubles. I was doing Sports News Insider, which I'm covering every single sport, baseball, NFL. We've been doing a lot of NFL work on Sports News Insider. Make sure to go check that out. But we're back making videos for MLB Baseball Blog. Let's bring Tim in. Tim, what's going on, man?
Nothing. Happy to be back doing these videos.
I am really excited. So, guys, we're going to bring back what we did about 2 months ago. We left this for this little part for dead. Now we're going to pick it back up. That is previewing both AL and NL by every division. And this is actually going to be the last time we're doing it for the year. So, in this video, you're going to be seeing by every division who's going to win that division. So let's get right into the American League East and let's check out the standings. We have the Boston Red Sox ahead of the Yankees by 2.5 games. Boston at 82 and 51. The New York Yankees at 78 and 52. The Tampa Bay Rays at 73 and 59. You have the Toronto Blue Jays in 4th place at 66 and 67. And you also have the Baltimore Orioles in last place at 53 and 77. Tim, before we get to breaking down this whole division, let's hear your favorite to win this all.
Right now it's the Red Sox because they're 2.5 games up. Adrian Gonzalez had a great week this week, and the Yankees are fading a bit. They're 2.5 out now. I mean, Bartolo Colon went 8 innings and gave up 2 runs, and they still lost to the Orioles. And if you can't beat the Orioles, are you going to be able to win a playoff game? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. I really like Boston and their chances. But, Tim, what needs to go right for the New York Yankees to win this division?
They need to have A-Rod back healthy, and they need to be able to close down games, which normally isn't a problem for them. They need to get some offense going as well.
Yeah.
Besides Curtis Granderson.
Yeah, because Curtis Granderson has been beast all season. And it's really surprising, and you're even saying that Granderson's a sleeper for the All-Star, not the All-Star, the MVP this year. Is that right?
No, I said that at the beginning of the year. I think he's in contention for MVP, but I think the people are overhyping it a bit now. I would put him like 4th or 5th, I'd put him 4th, right ahead of Jacoby Ellsbury.
Alright, so that is it. That's the AL East. Let's make our way down to the AL Central. Detroit leading the Central by 6 games, as the Chicago White Sox are in 2nd place. Detroit is 73 and 60. Chicago come back from last place, able to make it to 2nd place at 66 and 65. You got the Cleveland Indians at a 500 record at 65 and 65. You got the Twins at 56 and 77, and you have the Royals, as always, in last place. Tim, do you think the White Sox can shockingly come back in September and try to win this division?
No, I don't think that they can. They needed to spark it like that. They needed to go pick up someone like Jim Thome, and they didn't do it. So I think they're going to be right there. But the Tigers basically have that one wrapped up. Verlander got to 20 wins yesterday, even though he didn't pitch that well, and is running away with the Cy Young. The Indians, half their team is falling away with injuries right now. Travis Hafner's out for the rest of the regular season, which is the rest of the season for the Indians. And they got Thome back, but that was more of a sentimental move. It's not really going to get them in the playoffs, I don't think.
I really like the acquirement that Cleveland got for Jim Thome and bringing him back. And you're saying that before we made this video that Thome is only going to be here for the rest of the season. Do you think that he'll resign with Cleveland? Or
it's a possibility. It depends if he gets a better offer to go somewhere where he could have a better shot at winning a World Series. I think he has a shot with the Indians, but there's other places he could go that could have better ones.
Absolutely. So, overall, who do you think you have in the division win? I have the Detroit Tigers, hands down.
Yeah, I think the Tigers could end up winning by like 7 or 8 games.
Yeah. We only have 1 more month into the season, so it's pretty much going to be a runaway if both Chicago and Cleveland slump. So that's the AL Central. Let's make our way down to the last AL division. We have the AL West, where the Texas Rangers, who are currently losing right now to the Angels, Jared Weaver, newly contract extension Jared Weaver, pitching actually pretty decent with the Angels winning 1-0. The Texas Rangers are ahead by 2 games at 75 and 59. You have the Angels in second place at 72 and 60, 2 games back. Oakland, who everybody had a lot of hype for going into this season, is down 14.5 games. And the Seattle Mariners, who were at the top of the division about at the beginning of the season, which they always had that fall, they're down at 56 and 76 at 18 games back. Tim, it's the heated rivalry between LA Angels and the Texas Rangers. Who do you have winning this division? Do you think that the Weaver and Herron can take this team to the promised land and win this division and send it back to the playoffs?
Not this year. I think that they don't have enough offense around that good pitching to win this year. They're probably going to go after Prince Fielder in the offseason when he's a free agent. But the Rangers right now, the big thing for them is making sure that they can have Adrian Beltre ready for the playoffs and that he can get going because he's one of the best hitters in the MLB, let alone their own lineup. And they're going to have to get a solid performance out of C.J. Wilson in the playoffs if they're going to do anything.
Yeah. Going to the Angels side of things, right now you saw Mark Trumbo, during the season you saw Mark Trumbo proving himself that he's going to be the Angels starter next year. Tim, I want to hear your thoughts. Do you think Kendry is gone? Do you think that the Angels will say goodbye to Kendry and officially go with Mark Trumbo? Because I heard that a lot of people are saying, oh, the Angels are going to trade him, possibly get maybe another MLB, a major leaguer. So, do you think that's actually going to possibly happen?
It's possible. I don't think they're going to trade him for anything, really, because he doesn't have much of value. He's basically missed the last season and a half since hitting the walk-off home run. I know he came back, but it just hasn't worked out for him. He could go somewhere and rehab his career, but I think he's basically done as an Angel.
Yeah, he's officially done as the Angels. So, Tim, let's hear it. Who do you have to win the AL West?
I have the Rangers by about 3 games.
Yeah, it's going to be a quick, tight run in September. I really like Jared Weaver. You all know I'm an Angels fan. I'm going to be pulling for the Angels. But seriously, it's going to be the Texas Rangers by 3 games. So let's make the transition into the National League. Tim, we're going to go to the NL East with your Philadelphia Phillies dominating that division at an 83 and 46 record. I think they have the best record in the whole MLB. You have Atlanta at 79 and 54 at 6 games back. The New York Mets are out of contention at 62 and 86 at 21.5 games back. Washington down 22.5 games at 62 and 70. Marlins are out, obviously, at 59 and 72 at 25 games back. Tim, tell us about your Phillies and the rest of the NL East.
Basically, I think the Phillies have won that division. The Braves would probably win any other division in baseball except the AL East at this point. But right now, as long as the big thing for the Phillies is making sure Cole Hamels can come back healthy and pitch well the rest of the season and getting Roy Oswalt on the right track. But other than that, everything seems to be going pretty well. Jimmy Rollins has been out with an injury, but that seems to be minor. Placido Polanco has an injury, but or has had nagging injuries, but he's an important piece, but if you lose him, they have some guys that can back him up. As far as the Braves, they have probably the best bullpen in baseball and very good starting and pitching. I'm not sure if they have enough offense to win in the playoffs. And then the bottom 3 teams, it's amazing how far you go from having 83, 79 all the way down to 62 wins and 59 in the Marlins case. So not a lot of parity in that division.
Yeah, so let's go into what happened or what was rumored that Chipper Jones is going to be playing next year. Tim, do you think that he should retire after this season, or do you think next year will be his final season in the majors?
He announced he's going to come back, so I think he could play for a few more years. I'm not exactly sure. It depends how his body holds up.
Yeah. So, Tim, you had, of course, the Phillies are automatically going to win this division. And how many games back do you think the Atlanta Braves will when the playoffs start?
Probably about right where they're at right now, like 6 or so.
Alright, so let's make our way down to the Central, where the Milwaukee Brewers are dominating that division. They are leading the division at an 81 and 54 record. St. Louis at 70 and 64 at 10. 0.5 games back. And he has Cincinnati, who I thought was actually possibly going to win this division before Zach Greinke and Sean Markham and all their requirements were there. They're at 67 at 60 and 66 at 13 games back. Pittsburgh has fallen a whole lot, but I'm still hearing that Pittsburgh is still in contention. No, that's a bunch of bull crap, so don't even listen to that. They're 62 and 71 at 18 games back. Chicago at 57 and 77 at 23.5 games back. In Houston, obviously at the bottom of their division at 44 and 90 at 36.5 games back. Tim, who do you think's going in this division? Milwaukee, hands down for me.
Yeah, I think it's basically Milwaukee's division at this point. They're running with it. They're scary because Prince Fielder and Ryan Braun are having both great seasons. Then you got Giovanni Gallardo and Zach Greinke and Randy Wolf. Their pitching's looking good. John Axford's been one of the best closers in the MLB. The Brewers right now are the best team in the National League. That doesn't mean they will be in the playoffs, but right now they're looking pretty good.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm actually considering that Prince Fielder's going to be the National League MVP. He's been great all season. But do you see maybe Ryan Braun as possible NL MVP?
Yeah, he's certainly a candidate. I would probably go with Prince Fielder too, and I want to go with him because I picked him at the beginning of the year and I want to be right. But yeah, I could see Ryan Braun being in contention too. It's like LeBron James and Dwayne Wade are both in contention for the MVP in the NBA.
Yeah, so let's talk about a team that no one actually cares about unless you're a team of that team, the Chicago Cubs. Bringing in new management. Do you think the new management is going to affect next year, or do you think the Cubs will be where they are right now next year? Because I heard they're going after like Brian Cashman to take over. Do you think if Cashman leaves New York, do you think he'll probably run the Cubs into the ground even more, or do you think he'll probably do something for this team?
I don't know what the draw for Cashman would be. The guy's shown in New York to be like, when you have a $200 million payroll and you're too conservative, that's not usually a good thing. I mean, he missed out on getting Cliff Lee. He missed out on trading for Cliff Lee last year. He missed out on trading for Johan Santana the other year. I mean, he's made some moves that, Ruben Amaro for the Phillies has made him look like an idiot. He missed out on Roy Halladay, too. He's missed out on a lot of good starters, and I'm not sure why the Yankees would want to bring him back necessarily, let alone why a team that needs help getting out of the ground would want to bring him in to rehab their organization. If he can't work with a $200 million payroll, what makes anyone think he could work with a $131?
Yeah. They really got to bounce back sometime. It's just a lot of big questions down there in Chicago. But I don't know who exactly their GM is right now, but they got to find a new one. I think they already got one. I don't know 100% sure.
They fired Jim Hendry the other day, their current GM, and they have an interim one, right?
Yeah, but I really like, if Cashman left New York, that's going to be a lot of panic with what I'm hearing from a lot of the Yankees fans. I don't know. The Cubs, they just need help. Now to wrap up this whole video, we're going down to the NL West where the Diamondbacks, my hometown Diamondbacks, I actually am going to be supporting them now. They're 75 and 59, 4 games ahead of the San Francisco Giants, who are slumping a little bit. I think they lost 2 out of 4 games against the Houston Astros. It's 3 out of 4 games. They just lost today. They're 4 games back. Colorado, who drastically slumped, they're 11 games back at a 64 and 70 record. San Francisco, if I didn't say it before, they're 71 and 63 in second place. The Dodgers at 62 and 70, they're 12 games back, and San Diego at 16 and 74 at 15 games back. Tim, I bet you probably heard about the Heath Bell, him possibly going to the San Francisco Giants, and he was placed on waivers, and then the San Diego Padres took him off waivers. If the Giants got Heath Bell, do you think this team would have had the most dominating bullpen in MLB? And do you think that this team could possibly repeat as world champions?
Well, yeah, they're not going to because they pulled them back off waivers. They tried to negotiate a trade, and there's only a certain window you can when someone's claimed on waivers, and they could not agree to the deal. So basically, he is not going to go there. They would have had an incredible bullpen. They already do. The problem problem is their offense. The problem is that guys like Chris Young, Justin Upton, who is a legit MVP candidate this year, are having such good seasons for the Diamondbacks. Ian Kennedy is going to be in the top 5 in Cy Young probably. I mean, you got a lot of talent for the Diamondbacks, and they're not the better team, but if the Giants keep having injuries and their offense can't wake up, well, then you are in a situation where the Diamondbacks will win the division. I still see the Giants being a better team than the Diamondbacks. That doesn't necessarily mean I think they're going to win the division, because at this point, I don't. With the injuries to the Giants and just a horrific offense, Carlos Beltran hasn't done much since going over there. You got to wonder if this team is ever going to wake up this season offensively.
Yeah. Going to the Diamondbacks, you made a video earlier a few days ago about the Aaron Hill and the Kelly Johnson trade. Who do you think got the win of that trade?
Can you remind me who went where? Aaron Hill went to the Diamondbacks for...
Kelly
Johnson went to the...
John McDonald came over with
for the rest of the season, the Diamondbacks got the win because Kelly Johnson was not having a very good season this year. Aaron Hill might provide a bit of a spark. I mean, they're probably both going to walk as free agents this offseason anyway, but for the rest of the year, I'll go with the Diamondbacks getting the better end of that deal.
Yeah. So, what do you think of the Colorado Rockies? Aren't they in contention to be maybe the wild card? Do you know for sure?
What?
Do you know if the Colorado Rockies are going to be in contention for the wild card?
This year?
Obviously.
No.
So what do you think about next year, the Colorado Rockies? What do they need help in?
They need another pitcher. They traded away Ubaldo Jimenez. Hopefully some of those pieces are ready next year because they already have Chacin there, who's having a tremendous campaign. He's only going to get better, and they have some young talent in pitching, but right now, I don't know. I don't see the Rockies contending because of the pitching.
One of their main guys they got over in the trade, Drew Pomeranz, is out for the season. I think he had like Tommy John surgery or something like that. So he is out. San Diego's in last place. You got the Dodgers in 4th place. Tim, do you have the Diamondbacks over the Giants, or do you have the Giants over the Diamondbacks?
Jeez. I'm going to go with the Giants, I guess. I know I said earlier I'd probably take the Diamondbacks. I just think the Giants are the better team, and I think something's going to wake up enough for them to win. But playoff-wise this year, unless something really changes, I don't see it.
Alright, I agree with you 100%. I know the Diamondbacks, I know over the past couple of Septembers they haven't had the greatest. I think there's going to be a September slump in the Diamondbacks. San Francisco is going to shockingly win this division, possibly in the last week of the season. I just have this feeling that there's going to be a hot race going on between the two of them. So, Tim, after said and done, after doing this whole division thing, give us your World Series prediction. I'm going to put you on the spot right here, right now. Give it to me.
You know what, Justin? You're going to have to keep checking out MLB baseball blogs and stay tuned for when we make those. Wow, I just said when we make the MLB playoff preview, and at that point, you will get my World Series prediction.
So there you go, guys. I wasted 18 minutes of talking over this whole MLB division, AL and NL. You guys keep on staying tuned to MLB Baseball Blogs, the best MLB talk on YouTube. We'll talk to you guys soon. Enjoy Sunday. Watch Angels and the Rangers get down in Texas at 102-degree heat. I'm Justin. That's Tim. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.